What a finish. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say right now. All I want to do is just scream. I want to go outside. If it wasn't so late, I would be shooting off fireworks, banging pots and pans up and down my street. I don't even care that it wasn't in Jordan Love. Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers. Go Bears. The division, 1.5 games. Look, they could even take over first in the NFC. Like, this is insane. Oh, and Kassan Nixon, DJ Moore says, fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers. Like, I don't even really care that this feels kind of like a championship. Like, it's kind of embarrassing that we do feel like this is a championship because you happened to squeak by the Packers when they were completely undermanned. But we did. We are in control of the division. Fuck the Packers. Here we go. Big win, Chicago Bears. They just keep happening.
The emotional roller coaster just continues. This is the 6th time that the Bears have come back and won in the 4th quarter. Look, this just continues to prove what Caleb Williams and the Bears could have done last year when they kept getting these comebacks in the 4th quarter. Coaching matters. Ben Johnson did not even have his best game. There was some questionable decision making, and I don't care. I know he is the guy, and I trust him. Overall, there might be some times I don't see him being the reason that they are going to lose. I just don't.
So I'll say from a play calling standpoint, maybe from a game planning standpoint, this wasn't Ben Johnson's finest, but from a game management standpoint, he did everything right that he could possibly do from that 4th quarter on. This team was down 10 points with 5 minutes left. You don't win that game unless you do everything right. You set yourself up to be lucky. And we got that onside kick, obviously incredibly pivotal play, but you did everything right, saving your timeouts. You did everything right. Even after you got the ball with 150, you played the clock perfectly. You did everything right, and that is coaching. That matters. Like, doing the right things with clock management, knowing how to win games is a huge difference. And then, let's just give Caleb some credit. He did everything he needed to do, the offense that they needed to do. Like, do we need to talk about the first 55 minutes of the game? Is that important to discuss?
It's the same thing that keeps happening. The defense is living off of, I don't want to just say takeaways though, because they did, like, yes, I guess 4th down, like, is technically a turnover on Green Bay, not a takeaway, but like their ability to bend and not break, which I hate that phrase because it reminds me of the Lovie Smith era, and this is not like the cover 2 type defense that we saw with him and then Eberflus. But I don't know what the game plan was by Dennis Allen. His game plan was shit. Green Bay was running all over them. That defensive front could not stop anyone. I don't know if it was rust or injury from Tremaine Edmonds, but even though he got that fumble recovery, there was many times that he was just not making the play that we had seen previously of him going on IR. By the way, Olamide Zaccheaus is now not on the field for me. Give me Jade Walker every freaking game from here on out. That drop that he had on that in route is inexcusable. Caleb Williams threw the perfect pass. Inexcusable. It's happening too many times. I'm not even going to give him credit for that one that he caught, that Caleb threaded the needle, right? Like, whoop-de-doo, you got one. Congratulations, but you've dropped about 18 other balls this year. In big moments, too, I feel like, on like 3rd down.
I don't want to go too negative here. You're absolutely right. But let's just start positive, right? Those first 2 pass reps that Caleb Williams had, I thought Caleb Williams, like, he's just a breakout game. The first pass rep of the game, he went through clearly 4 progressions until he got to Janae Walker, and there was a huge completion, 15 yards. And then the second one, beautiful rollout, just under control, like completely just perfect bullet pass to Zaccheaus for 20-some yards. Like, here we go, Bears offense. And then from there, it just kind of stalled. There was let's talk about the first pivotal play, I suppose, that crazy, let's get Cole Kmet under center. Let's hike the ball through his legs and over our 5'7" running back. Like, and that just kind of from there, they just feel like they just never recovered, never got back in sync. And, like, it's your credit. I understand Dennis Allen might not have had the best game plan either, but I do think you have to give the defense credit for never letting this game get out of hand. The offense for the Packers almost looked better under Malik Willis than it did under Jordan Love. right? And it got to the point where, so full disclosure, I didn't get to watch this game as closely as I wanted. I had bowling night tonight, so we're at the alley. But I mean, we're all standing around the TVs watching. It's just like, do the Bears not know that they're running 80% of the time?
It's pretty simple to see. I don't understand. Again, that's where I think the linebackers just didn't play well. Like and also the defensive front, right? Like both of them. Like as far as if you're the defensive tackles, not creating space and lanes for your linebackers so that they don't get caught up. Linebackers being out of position. I think the defense really struggled when the quarterback switch happened because Malik Willis plays a very different style of game. Like he's just going to run on you. But he was finding guys over the middle, very good passes. I mean, I just think that Chicago was just caught off guard with that quarterback switch and how they were having to play, but I don't know.
Again, we're talking about the Bears defense getting caught off guard. They didn't play as well as we really wanted them to, but what happened? They played 66 minutes of football today and gave up 16 points. 16 points. Like, that's not so bad. It really isn't so bad. You want Malik Willis to come in and not do anything, but this is another thing that maybe Bears fans were not used to really seeing. Like, these are two good teams playing each other. Like the Packers aren't just going to roll over and die, like they have a backup, they have ready to go. They clearly, from a coaching standpoint, had a contingency plan. Like whenever Malik Willis is going to come into the game, this is how we're going to change our game plan. They were ready. So give Green Bay some credit there. They looked all right. Give Malik Willis looked a lot like Tyler Huntley when Baltimore, like we're just going to manage the game. We're not going to do anything. But when it comes time that we have to pass, we have the perfect play call in place, and we know that it's going to be a low risk pass, and it's going to be 12 yards. So it was kind of frustrating to watch from that standpoint. But again, the defense kept us in the game.
So to your point, like Matt LaFleur was definitely playing that as soon as Malik Willis came in. I don't know if you noticed, but they were not snapping the ball like until 2-3 seconds most plays. Just trying to let the clock just run.
I got the numbers here somewhere in terms of time of possession was outrageous at one point. It's still in it about outrageous 38-26. But I mean, there was, the Bears didn't get their second possession until well into the second quarter.
Yeah.
So it was just like clearly, I think that was some of the Packers strategy. Let's run some clock down. And maybe, some of the Bears bend and don't break and just kind of play into that as well. But, certainly, if we're still talking about these first 55 minutes, penalties played a big part of what's going on. So Rob, you want to kind of get into some of what was legit, what wasn't?
I mean, okay, well, before we even get there, like, look, the Bears had 4, I don't want to say roughing the passer because that's what I'm personal foul injury penalties, right? Like they had 4 first. That's 60 yards that you're just gifting them. Now, look, Austin Booker, the first one, obviously he drove with his body. I don't really think it's more like just gravity.
Like if we want to argue about whether the rule should be a rule, that's one thing, but the rule is the rule, and he clearly drove his entire body weight on top of the quarterback, and like you can't do that. Like that's the letter of the law.
My complaint though is I have seen Justin Fields for 5 years here never get a freaking call, and I've seen Caleb Williams pretty much not get calls too. So. And yet you get Malik Neighbors later where you got the elbow hit him and they called that again, another one that we don't see here.
I got your back 1,000,000% on that. I think it was in the fourth quarter or maybe end of the third quarter. Malik Willis slides late. It's late. And then Jaquan Brisker didn't need to hit him as hard as he did, but like he slid late. It doesn't matter if he hit him harder than he had to. He slid late. It shouldn't be a roughing the, a late hit call. Like, you slid late. You don't get protection if you wait that long to slide. So that was incredibly frustrating. Like you said, Justin Fields never got that call in his Bears career. And apparently Malik Willis has done enough in this league to deserve that call.
Now, the second Austin Booker one, look, I never want to see a guy get injured. I would rather see Jordan Love out there and the Bears come away with this win over Jordan Love, because I only know social media is going to be like, oh, yeah, you guys beat Malik Willis. Like, you guys should have won, blah, 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 blah. Dirty players. I'm seeing them already. Dirty players. Did you see what your guy did? Hakeem Nixon literally headhunted DJ Moore and drove right into him defenseless. disgusting. The most disgusting thing I have seen all season from an NFL fan. Like, just the worst. So you don't sit here and tell me our players are dirty because Jordan Love lowered his head. Like, what is your defender supposed to do? What is Booker supposed to do? Is he's going in for the sack, and Jordan Love, no one's touching Jordan Love. It's not like someone's pulling him down. Jordan Love literally goes like this, and then their crown of the helmet's hit. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do as a defender.
It's a tough one.
I don't know. I get it.
Yeah, it's helmet to helmet. Obviously, it's helmet to helmet. It's a dangerous hit. The quarterback came out of the game. You don't want quarterbacks coming out of the game, even though it's Jordan Love against the Bears. Like, you don't want that in the NFL. So I understand why that call exists. I understand why it was flagged. But yeah, what is the guy supposed to do? I guess he's supposed to hit him lower, hit him in the breadbasket, hit him lower. But then when you hit him lower, then you can't drive him fully into the ground with all of your body weight, right? So it's a tough call. It's unfortunate that it happened. Certainly, we're not celebrating that Jordan Love went out of the game, right? Like, that's tough. But like, the second part is kind of, if anyone watched our midweek or anything about how the Packers fans are gonna come up with any excuse to, like, delegitimize this win, they might have a case. No Micah Parsons on defense, no Jordan Love on offense, and you barely come away. Packers fans, you got me on this one. Totally fine. But the Bears still did win and the Packers didn't, and I'm not going to let you take that away from me.
No, because the thing is look, in years past, the Bears still would have lost.
Yeah.
That's the difference here, right? That's the difference here. And look, I owe every Chicago Bears player, I owe them an apology because I literally said, and part of me was like, I'm going to put this out there because I think this is going to reverse jinx it and we're going to come back. I literally thought that as I did it, but I was like also on the fence where I'm like, fuck them for making me feel hopeful for this game. Like, I had so much confidence in them winning this game. So much. And then they just couldn't do anything after that bad snap.
And it's not just because, I was at the bowling alley, not fully getting to watch it. I can't wait to watch the replay because it was still so hard to pinpoint exactly what was going wrong. Was Green Bay just like calling the perfect defense in every play? Because that's kind of what it seemed like. It didn't seem like it was one of these games where Caleb had wide open reads and he wasn't hitting them. It seemed like the run game was pretty effective. There was a couple when you get 2 yards on first down, that's not great. And it really, it changes the play calling of the next, but it really it was hard to pinpoint what happened. So I'm looking to, seeing a replay, but I do think we got to touch on Caleb Williams here. Like I said, he came out real hot and then the offense did nothing, but you look at the end line, 19 of 34 for 250 and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's a real quarterback line. Like, how did that happen? How did it get here? Like, is Caleb Williams just the most cold-blooded quarterback the Bears have ever had?
He's got ice. I mean, I was really excited, or maybe not excited is not the right word, but I know you were watching it at the bowling alley, so you didn't get to watch everything. So maybe you didn't pick up on this, but there was many times where the broadcast had the angle into the huddle and you could see Caleb Williams talking to the players in the huddle. He never looked rattled to me. Like, he was literally just outside of when he had the intentional grounding call, right? It was the only time I saw him frustrated and he knew at that moment, shit, I put my guy in a worse position. We might not make this kick now, right? But when he's talking to the players, it seemed it's all confidence. It was just nothing shook him. He literally has ice in his veins.
I mean, Caleb Williams giving his post-game press conference at the end of the game. We don't hear what he's saying, whatever, but we can just see his body language. We can just see his face. He didn't look winded. He didn't look like this was some unbelievable thing. He just totally looked calm and in the moment. And what I told my wife, that's just kind of his MO. He's just the coolest guy in the room when it comes to these moments. That's been the case, win or lose. That's just been the case since he got into the league. That's who he is. Yeah. And then I also think that we do have to give some credit. Maybe I'll just throw the first game ball out here.
Yeah,
I got to throw the game ball out to Cairo Santos.
Yes.
This was a tough game to kick. We have given Cairo Santos a lot of flack on this channel, but that first field goal that he made, the uprights were moving because of how windy it was. And he managed to hit the ball well enough, get it out to the left and have it sail in. So good for him. And then with that 51-yarder at the end, like I'm saying, why are they even kicking it? There's no way he's going to make it. And he just sailed it right through. So, I mean, Cairo Santos, good on you. You have just as much a part of this win as anybody on the team.
Let's not forget the onside kick, too.
Yeah, the onside kick. Did we even mention onside kick yet 15 minutes into this episode?
No, we did not. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is on recovering those now in the NFL, but my guess is it's probably less than 10% or right around 10% at most. But he put that perfectly into the second group of guys. And then Joshua Blackwell does it again, back-to-back weeks with huge special teams plays. Look, I was literally ready to fire Hightower, 3 weeks ago. I was like, get this guy out of here. The special teams has been so bad this year. And then they've had some back-to-back weeks now of just very, very good play. Keep that up. Hey, momentum is everything in the NFL. It literally is. And it happens within games. It happens within segments of the season. The Bears got the momentum very late. Caleb, at one point, look, right after that OZ drop, he just said, screw it, guys. I'm doing this on my own. He ran for what was really close to a first down on that slide. Then on fourth down, fuck you, I'm doing it again. Looked almost identical, only he went head first and gained a few extra yards. He was just like, I am done with you guys. Then what happened? He started leaning on DJ Moore. Because that was when he threw that ball and DJ Moore just kind of like didn't know it was coming. Like you could hear in the broadcast, Tom Brady's like, look, Moore didn't expect the ball to be there that quick at that moment, right? Like I don't think he was probably that high or early on in the progression of his reads. I think Caleb was just like, I'm throwing it to the guy I can trust. I think him and Colston Loveland were the only two he felt comfortable with consistently. You had Monungai dropping the ball. You had OZ dropping the ball. I mean, Walker had 2 catches, but it's the first time they've played together all year. We are going to need Rome Odunze and or Luther Burden to be healthy if they have any chance to do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's still just kind of crazy about it. So whether it's just injury, whether it's just, execution, whatever it is, the Bears are almost clinched the division. They have a shot at the number 1 seed in the NFC. And we still have not seen the Bears play their best football. There is still more to come. And that is just like mind-blowing. Like, how did they get to this point? Like, how are they here? Like, it's crazy, but it's legit. Like that huge fumble at the goal line, right? Like, that was not a turnover. That was a takeaway. So it's still continuing, like it's legitimately like what the Bears are doing. Like that's who they are, and that's where we're at right now. But the fact that they still have 3 games left or 2 games left to play, 2 games left to play, and then obviously, I think we might have clinched a playoff spot.
Yes, I believe so.
Right, so 3 games left if you count the first playoff game, and we still haven't seen this team play their best football. So I just can't. Over the moon of what's going on right now, and you hate to get beyond even the playoff game because the Bears are going to make the playoffs. Bears fans, here we are. But just like imagine what this team could look like in week 11 of next year, right? Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if they clinched because San Francisco obviously needs to play this week. So they're in it.
We might need a Detroit loss. We might need a Detroit loss.
Okay.
But yeah,
that could be it. Which they're playing Baltimore, but it's at home, so I don't know. Their chances are slim, but I think both teams need it. So
ESPN still does not have us as a clinched yet. They have us 11-4, but they don't have a clinch number yet. So
so
gonna happen. But I
you're right. It probably is.
Cairo Santos, Rob, you got any game balls?
I mean, we got to give one to Caleb Williams. The way he ended that game, I know he had, again, a really shitty completion percentage, but the way he ended that game, like, how do you not give him his flowers? The anticipatory throw with pressure in his face to Jahade Walker, like, everyone thought that he probably overthrew him, and he just happened to put it in the perfect spot. And then to hit DJ Moore the way that he did. When he threw it, you could tell as soon as he threw it, game. That's game right there. Like,
everyone was confident. Yeah, I agree with you. And when that happened, it was play action. like when like they faked the handoff, I was like, just run the ball. What are you doing? And then you just see DJ Moore one-on-one midair, like, all right, that's game. And then he caught it. That was unbelievable. So I guess, hey, with that, Bears fans, Halas Huddlers, let's walk off with that the same way the Bears did. Comment below, how pumped are you about this huge win? Let us know.
If you are not a subscriber of the Halas Huddle, it means you hate the Bears and you don't want them to make the playoffs. You don't want them to go to the Super Bowl. You don't want them to win a Super Bowl. So if I were you and you're a Bears fan and you're hearing this, you're watching this, hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to bring the heat. We're going to bring the fire, the excitement. I am losing my mind right now. Go Bears, go Bears, go Bears!
Fuck the Packers.
Always.
All right. Bear down.
Claws up.
Ready, break.